the serial number management. So last time we discussed about the overview about the serial number management and how that would work and what is the serial number, like what is the serial number profile and everything. So today we'll see the functionality and how that will work in the business scenarios and what are the different scenarios that we might get the situation we have situations we face in the real-time scenario. So and this is me. I'm Sai Kiran, and I worked in EWM since 6 years. 6 years. And just to give you the brief recap, we discussed about what are the serial numbers and what is serial number profile and the types of serial number profiles. So today we'll be discussing about non-harmonized serial number profile, which is warehouse dependent. And in that scenario, we'll have three different levels, which we explained about document level, warehouse level, and stock level. So if we look into the usage of the serial number, so when I'm using the serial number for stock level, I can use the serial number in inbound delivery, put away task, or add prod where we move the material from one bin to the other, just internal warehouse operation. And for the physical inventory, we can use and physical stock, which is in the warehouse monitor. So outbound delivery and pick task. So these are all the different tasks or the situations where we can use the inventory level serial number profile. And these are two more: document number and warehouse level. So if I'm using document level serial number profile, we'll just be able to see the serial numbers in inbound delivery in PRDI screen and in outbound delivery in PRDO screen. Other than that, we don't see anywhere else that in a business scenario or in any warehouse, you won't find any serial number. So if I'm using document level, you'll only see that in inbound delivery and outbound delivery. And if you're using in warehouse level, you'll only see it in inbound delivery and when you're completing the put away task. And obviously, it's a similar way. You will be seeing that in outbound delivery and pick task. So today we'll be covering this stock level and inventory level because it has more scenarios, and we'll just understand the functionality, how that will work, and what are the business requirements in real-time situations. And then I'll show you the a brief configuration in the master data. So let's go to. All right, so let's start from creating a material for us to see how that we'll configure in the backend so that once the material is ready, we can start the functionality. So here we have to give all the views that we need. I'll show you the main configuration locations where we have to do. So I'm just copying from one of the material that we already have, and we have to give the all the details here. And I'm directly going to jump where we give the material serial number profile for the material. So in sales and general plant, here you can see the serial number profile. So I have created the profile just for our convenience so that we can first configure and then come back later and see the configuration. So this is the serial number profile that I created already. So for the inventory level or the stock level that we are going to discuss now, right? And in this tab, we are giving the serial number profile on IM level, and we are going to jump on WM execution. So here you can see there is another serial number profile tab. And here, similar way, I have to create one profile for EWM side. So these two are two different serial number profiles created on IM side and EWM side. And once I've given this, I'm going to check all the standard prices and everything. So once everything is done, I'm going to save this. So I have the material ready for me. So just for our convenience, I'm going to save this. Okay. So I'm going to create a purchase order for this material. Um, Also, before we do that, one another thing what we can do is we have to extend the same material for another storage location as well for the organization level, so that we can use this when we are picking as well for the outbound delivery. And here we can see it's extended, and I'm going to also do the same thing and extend that in mat1 as well. Create. So here, if you see here on the storage level, I can see that has been distributed on the EWM side as well. So on both warehouse level as well as IM level. So here you can just give the put away controls in case if you need, but I'm just going to give the manual put away control just for our convenience. And this is big task. So this is saved. Okay, now I can create the purchase order. PO quantity, I can give 100 or 2, just based on whatever requirement we have. Just going to give the future date. ROD. All right. Yeah. Created the purchase order. Going to create the inbound delivery. So I'm going to change the quantity so that I can use the serial number profile just for 2 quantities, because I have to use 100 serial number to continue with this delivery. So just to show you the demo, I'm going to change the quantity to 2. And here, if you go to extras and serial numbers here, and I can give the serial number here. So I'm just going to use 101 and 102. And I have assigned the serial number manually. Okay, now I have assigned the serial number and save. And then use this inbound delivery. Go to PRDI screen. So here we can see it's distributed. And for this item level, and there is a tab here with the name serial numbers. If I scroll down, I can see those serial numbers which I've given manually are distributed to the EWM side. And like we discussed, this is the inventory or stock level. So if I go to the form view on item level, I can see serial number requirement is C. So this is the identification that we can, make sure that we have done the requirement or the configuration properly. So this is stock level, which is vis-a-vis the inventory level as well. So this is one level, one thing that we have seen where uh, inbound delivery has the serial numbers. So if the serial numbers are not being distributed properly, you won't be able to complete the goods receipt. It will give you an error. So I'm gonna complete the goods receipt. I can see that it's completed. So I'll try to confirm the put away. Going to create. So some of the transactions that we are doing here are manual. So I'm just going to find the one of the empty bin and I'm going to create. It's green, save, and you can confirm the task. So here you can see there are no serial numbers right now here, which is put away task. But once I confirm and save, it's going to distribute that as well. You can see serial numbers here now. So 101 and 102 have been confirmed. So here we have seen two stages of serial numbers. One is at the inbound delivery, and this is at the put away task. And if I take this material and go to the warehouse monitor and see it in the stock, and just to check if the serial numbers are visible in the physical stock as well. So for this material, the serial number, I can see serial numbers are located here. So this way, this is the third situation where you can identify the serial numbers using the inventory level. And the other thing that we can do or perform using this inventory level serial numbers with this particular product is perform internal warehouse movement, which is add broad. So here I can give any other pin. And ad hoc warehouse movement. Okay, let me enter the quantity as well. The order is created. I'm going to confirm the task now. So again here, so if I scroll down, I can see the serial numbers here. So I'm using those serial numbers and confirming that into different bits. So we will need the serial numbers in add prod as well. The another scenario is physical inventory. So I'm just going to have this tab open for us to see the location. And I'm going to open a new session here. Create the physical inventory document. So we can do the physical inventory on bin level or the product level. So here we have decided to go with bin level, and in that bin we have only one product. So here I can see the product, the bin, and initiate the flag, save. So take the document, complete the count. So here I can see we have a document ready for us to complete the count. So here I'm going to say I'm going to count, and I've entered the counter name, and I can give the quantity here, and it won't let me confirm if I don't give the serial number. As you can see, it's asking here for sure mandatory requirement for the physical inventory as well. So I'm going to give that as well. So once I'm done, I'm going to save it. Then I can see the status is changed to counted, and then I'm gonna post it, then save, and status changed to posted. So this is another scenario where we'll use the serial numbers. So we have used it in physical inventory, we have used it in ad prod, we have used it in put away task and the inbound delivery document. So one final situation is the outbound delivery. So I'm gonna create one outbound delivery as well. So yes, 01. So I'm gonna create the sales order first. All right, the sold to party is 11, and I'm gonna select the sales organization. And customer reference, I can just write for our convenience. I can write outbound delivery serial number test. So here I can give the material. And I'm going to pick two pieces. Few other details that I have to give. Once I double click on the material, the conditions is one condition is the price, and the picking location, the plant. The S-lock is available for sale, AFS1. It's already in the bin, and that should do it. So I can see I've created the sales order number 220, and I can go to create the outbound delivery. I'm going to give. So I'm just gonna change the date here. So like we did the inbound delivery. So here as well, we have to give the serial numbers for outbound. So we have to go to extras and serial number. So here I'm going to give the serial numbers that I'm going to pick. So once the serial numbers are assigned, then I'm going to save. So I can see that's been distributed. So in this PRDO screen, we have to create the pick task and assign the storage bin where we have to pick it from. Here it's located in 68FX15D. So it's already assigned to a wave. So it's just a warning message. Save. Now we can confirm the pick task. So if I'm scrolling down, I can see serial numbers are already here. I just assigned the bin and we have used the material, but I did not enter anything here, which has been distributed from the outbound delivery, which we have created in ECC based on the bin as well, right? So confirm and save. So I can see picking is complete. And here, if I see, the serial numbers are here as well in the outbound delivery. And I can complete the goods issue. So we have discussed like 5 or 6 scenarios so far. So from the beginning to the end, so starting from inbound delivery and outbound delivery and booked away tasks, pick tasks, physical inventory, add prod, uh, also where we can see it in the physical stock. So we have discussed all this, and in other than this, if we are going to see warehouse level and document level as well, but we won't be able to use that serial number in these transactions. We'll only be using that in very few transactions. So just to understand how we can give uh, this for now, I'm just gonna show you the brief configuration, or I can just go to the SPRO. But and also like this is the complete understanding about the serial numbers, and it's just a discussion about the functionality. So this is the end of one concept, which is the stock or inventory level that I've just showed you, and we'll discuss once I'm done with the configuration, we can jump back later to warehouse level and documentation. So so the first thing that we have to do is create the serial number profile and everything in the IM side. So to configure this, so here we go to logistics execution, shipping, basic function, shipping functions, and I can see the serial number profiles here. And I can see this is the screen that you generally get where you actually have to create the serial number profile. I can copy from the standard ones, which is 001, 0002. And once I copy, I can just give serial number profile demo. And here I can see, so this is the validation about the serial number profile, like in inbound delivery, where I entered the serial numbers manually, right? So if I didn't give the serial number profile and still try to save and create the inbound delivery, what error message should I get? Or should I even get an error message? So this is the selection that I can see here. So if I select an inconsistencies in stock data should give an error. That means if there is no serial number that are assigned in the inbound delivery, it will throw me an error. So if I select this, it will just give me a warning, and if I hit enter, and I can just proceed to the next step without even giving the serial number. And this one says there is no validation at all. So we can give we as serial number is very important when we are working with inbound deliveries and any material that are assigned serial numbers. We definitely need the errors should be shown in the we should get the message so that we can assign the serial number. But again, it depends on the real-time scenario, what the business actually wants and what is the requirement. So that is once that is done, you can hit enter, and we copy all from that standard. So once you select that, you can double click on the serial number procedures. So here I can see what are the things that I can set up again in detail. So here you can see, for example, I can see maintain deliveries. So in this option, I have the usage. If I open this, I can clearly see one option or multiple options that I have here is whether this maintain delivery should be checked, or is it optional? Is it mandatory? Is it automatic? So if in this case, it's optional as we can see, which is 0 to option. So what this basically means is, so this is again the condition whether the serial numbers or the inconsistencies in the serial numbers are to be checked or not. So in this maintain delivery checks both inbound deliveries in ECC and both inbound delivery and outbound in ECC. And also here you can see for same goes for the goods receipt and goods issue. That means if I'm giving the condition as mandatory here for this maintain delivery, that will not even let me create the inbound delivery from ECC side, and it won't let me distribute it. And that's the condition that we are maintaining here. And if I'm doing this as mandatory, as we can see, it's already mandatory. This is used in PRDI screen or PRDO screen. So I can see here, if it's mandatory, it won't even let me complete the goods receipt. So these are some situations, and I can still add more uh, rows here based on whether I want this in purchase order or whether I want this in inbound delivery. Here I can see one is for the purchase order. So when I'm creating the purchase order in our example where I just gave the demo, I did not give any serial number at all. So if I want to give the serial number and make that as mandatory, I have to select this and give the condition as mandatory or obligatory in our case. So these are some standard configurations that we need. And once this is done, we save it. And this is done on IM side. So here I can see the serial number profile demo has been created. So let's go back and do the same thing in EWM side. So close logistic execution, go to SCM, extended warehouse management, and master data, product. Here I can see serial number profile. So there are two things like we discussed in the presentation. One is harmonized, other one is not harmonized. So we have discussed the non-harmonized warehouse dependent serial number profile. So here, if I see the serial number in warehouse dependent, I can see these are already there. And if I have to create one, I need to select from existing ones. So before I can actually create and give the serial number profile, it should already be there. I'm just showing you here. We should get an error message. I created SPDM, which is serial number profile demo. I can see there is no result. That means it's not there, right? So the serial number profile that we are creating here on warehouse dependent, that must be already declared in independent serial number profile first. So here I can see there is no execution button. So I have to go to the documentation and click on define serial number profile for independent serial number profiles. So it will navigate us directly to where I can create the independent serial number profile for EWM site. So here I can see I have to create a new one. So if I create a new one, so here I'm going to create serial number profile demo. So I'm creating the same one. So here I have serial number profile demo EWM. And here the requirement for us, and this is where we select whether it's document level or warehouse level or stock level. So in our case, we did stock level, and we can give the base unit as eaches and then save. So once this is created, I have created a profile on EWM side. Now I have to declare that or use it in warehouse dependent location. So which is this one. So here, if I give a new entry, 68A1 is my warehouse. And here I can see serial number profile demo. So here I can see it's here now. So this is how it's going to work when I'm creating on EWM side.